welcome to Happy Catastrophe. I'm Candice, and I have a different sort of video today. I've been hinting at that I'm going to be doing an audit of all of my coloring books. I do this every year, but I haven't brought you along with me. And so this time I've got some fun stuff involved with it. So I thought, why don't you come along with me and do this process? It's actually for folks that like paper, because let me show you. I have always written all of my, this is my coloring journal. I've always written all of my coloring books down in a journal. And what I tended to do was work in the coloring journal for all the months here, and then put the coloring books in the back, because it takes a long time to get through one of these journals. And by the time I get through halfway, it's been about a year, and it's time for me to redo my coloring books again. So let me show you what I mean. I usually go back to front so that I always have extra pages. So I'm working my coloring journal the normal way, but I'm working my inventory journal this way. And then eventually, they would probably meet if I ever let a planner go that far, which I don't. I usually do something new. So I start with my color by numbers first. They're the easiest ones to tick off. And these are all X'd out because I've already transposed them into another book that I don't like. These books are Archer and Olive. And let me show you their brand name here. Archer and Olive. I love this brand. They have very heavy cardstock. It's tends to not bleed through. I love it that the corners are rounded. They use really high quality stuff. Now this one's been a little used and abused, but I get their quarterly subscription box, and it's full of all kinds of goodies. And I just got my summer box, and I haven't opened it yet. So that's the surprise for this video, is we're going to do an unboxing of the summer box of Archer and Olive, and hopefully there's a journal in there, because they always have 2 or 3 journals. Hopefully there's a journal in there that that will call my attention, because I think I'm going to pick a standalone journal for my coloring books. I think that will be good for me, because I don't know, I just have a lot of journals. I think I'd like to have it in a separate journal. So I usually start with the color by numbers, and we'll put those first because I want to go like normal direction for, the United States. And I always leave some blank, but I don't get a lot of color by numbers, so I tend to not fill up the blank pages that I leave. I think I left a few blank pages. And I love to put stickers. And what I do is I put 5 books on a page. So there are 5 books on a page with a sticker, because I also, for a long time, belonged to Sticky Club, a sticker subscription service, and I have tons and tons and tons of stickers. So we're going to use stickers too, so this is going to be so much fun. And then I put just a hash mark whenever I do a page. So like Gardens of Fairy Tale Animals, I've done, of Kanoko Goose, I've done 6 pages in. But in her Minuet de Bonheur, which I don't like as well, I've only done 1. So, and that way I can easily see books. I can go through and easily see books that I haven't done. So this Anamorphia by Kirby Rosanes is an untouched book. Now, so I'm going to ignore the fact that I've marked off some of these, and I'm going to use that other lesser journal for something else. And I also, when I redo this at the first of every month, I try to chunk all of the artists together. So all of Kirby, all of Mythographics, all of, Hannah Carlson, now that I have her, all of like that. Now, of course, as I go throughout the year, I'm going to get more books, and they'll go towards the end. But then every year I redo this. Now, I hear you barking, big dogs, and I hear you asking, why don't you just use a spreadsheet on a computer? I stare at a computer screen a lot between my many little projects, plus YouTubing and stuff. And I'm a paper person. That's why I'm into coloring, as most of us are. So I like writing things down. That's the main reason. And I love using my stickers and my colorful pens and these wonderful journals. The other reason that I like doing this is that it keeps me in contact with my books. If I'm just throwing them into a spreadsheet and never really having to revisit them, except when I color a page, just marking a page off, I kind of lose touch with how many books I have and what those books are. So this means I'm actually physically handling every single one of my books at least once a year. And I'm going through them because I make sure that these are right, that I actually do have 2 colored in Dunkelburnt and 2 in Million Llamas and 4 in A Million Sea Creatures. And I just make sure that those little marks are right. And it also gives me an opportunity to do another purge. For example, Weird Couple by Coco Weil. I got that with all the spooky boy, spooky girl, spooky town craze. And I love these. I've never colored in Weird Couple. And I pulled it out to color this month. And I just don't like it. It's too big, too much big spaces. It sucks up, it's too much alcohol marker to use in it. And I'm just not thrilled with it. So I'm going to destash it. And that's the sort of thing I might run into when I see a book that I have never colored in, like this one that's been around for a while. I might think about, do I really want it? So, and then I have destashed some. You'll see some that say destashed next to them, so I get to take them off the list. And then I will have an accurate count at the end of what books I have and what books, I've destashed. AI, coloria. And what my pages will all be accurate, and it will just all be perfectly correct, probably for the last time in a year. And it'll all be cleaned up and easy to look at. And then every month I go through this and I'm like, so I'm also visiting the list. I visit the physical books every year making the list, but every month I go through this list. And I'm like, what haven't I colored in? A Million Little Monsters by Lulu Mayo. You know what? I forgot I even had that book. I did. So this is why this is good, because I like that book. For some reason I didn't think I had that one, but there it is. So as I go through this and pull all my Lulu Mayos out, I'll make sure, I'll confirm that I have that there's no colored pages in it. And then I'll have an accurate count by the end of when I'm done with this, how many untouched books I have, what the percentage is, and then we'll keep tracking it every month going forward like I normally do. This is just my yearly audit. Now, I also realized I wasn't putting my PDF books. This is when I just started scribbling because I was planning on doing it officially soon with you. But I didn't have all my PDF books in here, so the PDFs I'll be going through as well. I also, there's a compilation book or two that has several books in it that I was counting as one. The one I'm thinking of is the Nice Little Town books, 4 through 11. I have the hardback version of that. I've been counting that as one book when really that's 7 books. So I need to separate them out because that's kind of cheating in my opinion. Those are still individual books, even though they're not individually separate with individual covers. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. Now this leaves me this much left in this journal, which is enough to keep going because this is, so far, this is July 23 through June 24. So I definitely have enough to get through the rest of this year. So I think that's what I'll do with the rest of this, is get through the rest of this year. And then I'll probably start a brand new fresh one for 2025. And this one can go on the bookshelf of history, past Candice. So first step is to open that box, that mystery box, and see what we have. So let's do that. Okay, so it's a rather large box, as you see. This is how they come. I mean, they really are ugly when they get to you, but wait till you see what's inside. So I've got a pair of scissors here. This may be, I'll try to minimize the amount of plastic that I crinkle. I know that's annoying. But when you open it, the pretty box is on the inside. So let me pull this out for you and we'll see what this looks like. So for those of you that haven't seen these boxes before, they are fairly big. They are $75 and they're every 3 months. Now, Archer and Olive is a woman-owned company. She is a delightfully wonderful person. She also has anxiety and mental health concerns. And so she procures the most beautiful supplies in these boxes. And they're also geared towards calmness and peace and serenity. So there's a lot of really lovely stuff. It's a fantastic company, and they're they're just top notch. I have gotten, gosh, the sort of things I've gotten from them is like heavy brass flower presses, brass letter stamping. I got an actual wax melt with the, with the brass or the metal stamp into the wax for letters. Lots and lots of stuff. Lots of journals. There's usually 2 or 3 in every box. I mean, just well worth the $75, considering one of those journals is like $35. So half the price of this box is one journal, and you'll see we get tons of stuff. So it starts off with this beautiful sage green. Their signature colors are usually these muted, beautiful, deserty type colors. And here you can read this. If you can't, I'll say it real quick. A quiet walk outside. Feel the ground beneath your feet and observe the plant life all around you. Imagine all they have felt, seen, and heard, if only they could tell you their stories. No matter the season, there is life to breathe in and messages along your path. It's up to you to realize and record these notes from nature. So that gives me the feeling that this is a nature-themed box and might have some actual like plein air coloring or journaling or something outdoors. They do have watercolor paper books. I'm wondering if there's might be some watercolor in here because they've branched into watercolors. But they have journals with dots, with grids that are plain, and I found they're a nice weight that I've often watercolored on them. I use them as art journals. They're really nice. I have tons and tons of them. So let's see. Let's open this one up. I think it opens. This is always where the box is smarter than Candice. Does it open on the underside? Oh yeah. It opens very easily. So I'm going to do it like this so we can see it. So I just pulled this open and it opens. Oof, look at this. Look at this. All right, so what do we have here? Right off the bat, I see acrylographs. Now, acrylographs are their acrylic pens. Beautiful ink, completely opaque, difficult pens to work with, I found. I was buying them. They're very expensive. I was buying them when I was doing journaling and stuff, but they need a lot of maintenance. Like you're constantly having to pull the nib out, wash it, put it back in, pump it, shake it. They're a pain in the butt. So I stopped buying them personally, but I still love to see them in the boxes because the colors are beautiful. And I use them in my Hatchet Hero books. And I have tons of these now. But this looks like, this is their Notes from Nature line. They're 0.7. So it looks like we're going to get Calla Lily, Antique Ivory, Shady Lane, English Clover, and Deep Ivy. So let me show you what these are like. Now these do take, before I hurt myself, these do take some priming as well. So I'll show you all that in case you're interested in these pens. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with them. They're absolutely stunning, but wow, they are fussy, very fussy. So let's pull them all out. We don't need this box anymore. They come so well packaged. I mean, look at that. They're all hanging on to this little cardstock. So we pull that off. And look at these colors. Wow, they are beautiful. So let's do this blue one. So when you open it up, oh, and it's one of the bigger nibs. So they have nibs smaller than this. They have the 0.3, 0.7, and then there's another one, I believe. But they're like any other acrylic paint pen. The nib can come out, but right now it's super slippery because it has no ink on it. There's the nib and the ink's inside. So what you have to do first, sometimes what you do with these is you just sort of take them and push down on I found that helps to release the air pressure inside. I know that there are some pens that come with that disclaimer to do that, and so now I do it to all my pens before you first use them. Then put the cap on and we're going to shake it. While I'm shaking it, let's get our journal out so we can write in it. All right, let's see what this does. Then we have to push, let's get a computer site. Then we have to push down. We're going to push down on it, and I'm just pushing straight down on it until we start seeing ink. Now you're starting to see some ink. Aha, I can see some more ink. You can see some more ink there, little green. Keep pushing. It's coming. The first time you use it, it's always a combination of, do I shake it more because it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere? I can hear the bead. You can hear the bead. Ah, look, there's some more color. Now we push it down. Aha, now we're seeing, wow, isn't that beautiful? So let me bring you in. I always hate when people swatch and then don't like actually show it. So here it is. And look at that opacity. It's not the biggest nib, so look at that. It is, they write beautifully. They're absolutely beautiful colors, and that is a gorgeous color. I mean, and these are wonderful in Hatchet Hero books for smaller spaces because it'll drive you nuts how much you have to fuss with this in your bigger spaces. So what a pretty sage green that is. All right, so I won't go through all these, but that is the pens that we got this month. I can't remember what they called it, but this yellow color. And that's the other thing. They have no names or on their pens. You'll never know. If you throw away the box, you'll never know what collection this came from, what the color name is, nothing, which I think is a huge oversight. But these are journalists, not colorists, and so maybe the name of the color isn't as important to them, but look at that green. It's going to be beautiful. So yeah, we hit it right, that cream. You need a good cream. So definitely, and that yellow, so pretty, so pretty. Nice. So we have some new pens, wonderful. Okay, what do we have here? Fountain pen. Whoa, a fountain pen. First time I will, now I've gotten a dip pen from them before, a glass dip pen, which I absolutely love. Oh, this is pretty. It says Archer and Olive. Yep. It's that sage green with a lot of gold. It pulls open and clicks magnetically shut. I love that. And it's definitely a fountain pen. Now, I have a lot of fountain pens because I used to really be into fountain pens. My brother is severely disabled, and so we try to share hobbies that he can do. And for a while he could write, and so we shared a fountain pen hobby. But when I had a few, but when he stopped being able to write, he gave me all of his fancy ones. So I have some really nice fancy fountain pens. This one fills, it probably actually unscrews. It might be a cartridge, or is it? Yeah. No, it's a plunger. So we'll be able to refill this, in which I see this box underneath it says fountain pen ink. So let's see what color ink we got. Again, I can see someone, going out into the nature and journaling, and they bring their fountain pen. Very sweet. Let's see what color ink we have. Oh, it's heavy. It's very heavy. Fountain pen. Oh, it says 3 bottles. Doesn't say what colors are in them, so let's just look. Everything gets so well packaged. Oh, look at these colors. And they also go with the acrylographs. There's like a deep sky blue. There's a robin's egg blue, and then this lime green, or this sage green. What brand is it? Oh, it's just got the Archer and Olive insignia on it. Look at that, in gold foil. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Ooh, look at that. That is a pretty, pretty green. Yeah, that's going to be what goes in this green pen. Green ink and the green pen sounds to me like a match made in heaven. And then we have this greenish blue, maybe? I don't know if it's greenish blue, but robin's egg blue? Ooh. Ooh. It's a beautiful blue. Now that would look good too. That kind of clashes with the color of this pen. I know, that's bougie of me. And then last but not least is the deep dark blue. Fountain pen ink I like to use with a dip pen and then use it to draw or color with. I've never used it in coloring books, and I keep saying I will because I've got a lot of this kind of ink too. My brother also gave me bottles of his ink. Gorge. All right, that's wonderful. So we have some ink. We have some pens. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Here's the little insert. There are always flowers for those who want to see them, from Henri Matisse. Neat. What's in the box? Okay, the acrylographs there. All new colors. Ooh, sometimes they're just older colors. The deep green and matte gold make this fountain pen the perfect accessory for your next nature walk. It's a piston converter for easy ink filling. Yeah, so it uses it's a plunger. It's a plunger that you pull out the ink. And you do it by twisting. You twist out and you twist in. Yeah, I have a couple of those. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have, it's like Christmas, isn't it? This is really light. What do you think this is? Oh, a scallop-edged ruler. Now, see, their rulers are really nice. Usually they're brass or metal. They're not your typical, they don't use any plastics. Watch this be plastic for the first time ever. Let's slide it out. Look at this packaging. Oh, it is plastic, but it's like a melamine type heavy plastic. All right. So let's take it off. Oh, it's beautiful. You know what? We're just not going to fuss with those, are we? Oh, look at that. So this is a clear ruler with some foiling on the back, a stencil that's been stuck on a sticker. It's 14 centimeters, and it is in centimeters, but it's got that scallop edge. So if you want to, let's get our handy dandy journal out again. Oh, we don't have any ink in there. Which one? We did this one, right? Yes. Look at that. Is that not fun? Is that not fun? Oh, that's going to be so much fun for my coloring journal. We may have to find ways to use that. Now, this was acrylic paint. I got a little bit of water on my finger, and I can just take that right off. And I have rags around here that I can use. I have lots and lots of coloring rags, but there you go. You just have to wipe that off, get it out of the cracks, because it was acrylic. That is really, really handy. And that's a perfect size for using to make straight lines in journals. Beautiful. All right. So, let's look at this. What is this? Decorative tape. I say that's washi. Decorative paper tape, they call it. Washi tape ready for collage or anything. Look at this, guys. It's the kind of tape that works so well in nature journaling. So we have, look at this. Let's put a little bit on our, let's take a piece out and put it on our journal here. Let's put it here. We're not going to use this page. Let's see. It starts right there. And don't mind my wrinkles. Whoa, that was really bad, wasn't it? Let's try that again. Why is it so hard? It's super sticky. It's very sticky. I wouldn't use this in anything you were going to take it off again, but why would you? It's gorgeous, isn't it? Look at butterflies, and oh, and it's wide. I like the width of it. This is the kind of thing that's fun to use in junk journals, right? Here's another one. I don't have enough washi tape to have a sample swatch. I used to, but then a huge, disastrous wildfire went through here in 2020, and I lost all my possessions. So, because of smoke damage. So all my washi tape was gone. I've never really rebuilt all of my supplies. So I'm just sort of starting to get some more washi tape back. So these are very similar, I think. I mean, this one has more musical notes and plant life and stuff, and this one is more animals and plants with some airmail stuff. Let's see what this is. Looks like this is, oh, it's like reminder notes. So again, with the same color schemes as the pens, as the inks, as everything else, the same color schemes, it's been curated very nicely. And that's what I mean by curated. Everything goes together. So see, we have these. That's one. This is one. This is one. And the last one is their signature colors, which are these deep, deep blues. I could tell this was an Archer and Olive with the gold accents. Oof, that is pretty. Gosh, it's really sticky stuff. Definitely made for holding down things in a junk journal. Look at that. It's upside down, but... And those would all go together in a junk journal, wouldn't they? Love it. Okay. Wow. So we have 4 huge rolls, too. Look how big these rolls are. Look at that. Thick rolls. See what I mean about worth it? I mean, 75 bucks worth. We've already probably gotten that. Now we have some stickers with matte finish. They've been putting sticker sets in all of theirs recently, and I do enjoy them. They tend to be planner stickers with numbers and dates and stuff, so you could do like a whole month with them. Okay, so what we have here is these are little sayings. They're 2 sheets of the same, and they see things like embrace the journey, map your journey into the unknown. They look like they're labels, like they've been made of the label maker. Wild spirit, reflect on progress, little notes that you could put. Again, I'm feeling like a junk journal type of theme. Explore the wild within you. It would be fun to make a nature journal with using all of these supplies. And that's what's nice. It's not just random supplies. It actually can all go together to make a project. I'm going to put these back in here for safekeeping because they're a vinyl, but they feel a little bit fragile. All right, and then we're down to the journals. Now look at this. 1, 2, 3. 3 journals. And I can guarantee you this alone would be around $30, the smaller one, and the others would be like $40, $45. So I'm going to pull these out, take the plastic off of them, and we'll look and see what journals. And I'm thinking one of these is going to work for our next year's coloring book inventory. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, here they are. Now, they are shiny. There's all that gold foiling. The boxes themselves are gorgeous. And they're so sturdy. I use these boxes to hold markers, like usually some water-based markers. I've also got some pastels, some chalk pastels in one of these boxes, some gel sticks in another box. Just put a label on them, and they are very, very sturdy boxes. So I definitely use these boxes. Let's start with the smallest one first. And again, I'm blown away that we have 3 journals. That would definitely be 75 bucks right there. So, yeah, if you've ever wanted to it's like you get all the rest of the stuff for free. And then you have all the journals you need for 3 months for sure. This is a B6. It's called a leafy notebook. It's a golden leaves on a green vegan leather cover. 160 pages instead of the usual 112. And it's 160 GSM white dot grid paper. So 160 GSM, you can do a lot with that. So trying not to blind you too much, but I'm going to take off this foil cover. And then she has like this little story, an origin story about Bonnie Cool, who started Archer and Olive. Archer and Olive is named after her 2 cats. And their mission is to share the vital message that caring for your mental health is caring for your health. Their second mission is that creativity is such an important way to care for your mental health, even if you don't consider yourself to be a creative person. So that was the thing with her. She started doodling and people started liking her doodles, and she never thought she was creative or talented at all. But here she is. Oh, look at that. So this is a green vegan leather book with gold foiling. Look at that. In a great box that I will keep and use. And I store my journals in their box until I use them. This, I mean, look at that. It feels and smells and looks like leather. But it's not. It's not real leather. They don't do real leather. It always has like this rubber band. We're going to pull that off. Open it up. Ooh, look at the gold foiling on the inside cover. I've never had one like that. That's new. That's very cool. This book belongs to page. And then you get into it, and it's heavy, heavy cardstock. 160 GSM dot. And then they have two, they're always tucked up in here. They have two bookmarks. One is always, which I really appreciate. I put usually one on the beginning of where my coloring books start and one where my journal is for that month. And one always has their logo in like this little gold-plated archer and olive. It's just the and sign. I love this. So they have two ribbon bookmarks and then the dot grid. Now this is a good contender because it's almost the same size. Is my journal a B6? No. This is smaller than my journal was. This journal is, I don't know. I don't know sizes. I don't know things. This is gorgeous. It could be a good contender because I don't need as much room as I think I need, and I can definitely still fit five pages on here with 5 books with stickers. Let's see. Yeah, I think that could work. And this would be a nice one because, you know, if I'm out shopping or whatever, I can take it with me. I kind of like this. It doesn't take up too much room either. Because, I mean, this is a smallish book. I wouldn't use it for journaling, for like a regular journal. I wouldn't use it for an art journal because I tend to like the bigger pages for art journaling. Back here is always a pocket. So you can slip little things in there. I do use the pockets. This is a really strong contender. I think that size works really well. Wouldn't it be fun to write with ink with your green pen that matches your green? And they always have a pen loop. So you can stick, you have to kind of squish it down, and then you can stick your pen in there. Look, isn't that sharp? That is very sharp looking. The pen absolutely matches this. Wow. And use my 3-color inks. That's a really good contender. I'm very much pulled towards this. All right, let's move this one aside. I'll take out the pen. I'll put the bookmarks away. And let's put it back in its box. Set it over here. And let's look and see what else we have. This makes me think it might be a black papered. I love their black paper journals. One time I did a whole year's worth of journaling in a black paper journal, and I absolutely loved it. I had to use like neons and gel pens and stuff. It was great. This is called, is this the Naturalist Notebook? This is the Field Notebook. It's a sketchbook. 112 pages of 160 GSM blank craft paper. It's an A5 size. All right, let's see what this looks like. Beautiful box. Again, the mission is in here. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a field notes journal. So this one I would not use for to get in and out of a lot of, because it's got the wrapping on it. Let me smell it. Oh, it smells so good. I love the smell of new paper. But look at it. Yes, it's to take it out and do field notes. This would be a fantastic journal to take on trips because you can tuck all kinds of ephemera in there. Oh, and it's got the craft paper. Look at more gold foiling on the inside cover. And she's known for these little leaves. For her own mental health, she often will doodle leaves, and that's where she got this leaf thing. And this craft, oh, see, now wouldn't the washi tape look great in here? Yes. Okay, I may try my hand at a junk journal for the first time in my life. I've never really done it. I never was into kind of messy, rough cut edges and things like that, but this would be a fun book to experiment in for art, and because I do like the craft paper. It doesn't work so well to scan in to keep your art, and everything is sewn bound, if you can see that. See, it's very well done. And this feels like real leather, but it's vegan leather. There's a pocket, so you could put your pressed flowers or whatever in there. I really like this journal. Isn't that fancy? And then, again, the ribbon bookmarks are here. It's got the little gold. So pretty, so pretty. And look, even your green pen looks good in here because it gives that real natural feel. I think this is gorgeous. I won't use this one for coloring books listing, for inventory, but it's just too cool. And there's her signature leaf. See how beautiful that is? It looks like leather. It feels kind of like leather. It doesn't feel as much like leather as the other one does. But I think that I would use this for, and see, the way you close it is you wrap it up. It wraps up. And then it just tucks in like that. Probably under both of them, actually. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? This one does not have a pen holder, I don't think, because it is all wrapped up. Yeah, there's no pen holder in this one because you wrap it and unwrap it. But you see why, if you had to get in and out of it, this wrapping would become annoying. So this is more for traveling with it. Definitely a vacation journal, a travel journal. All that would be great for this. Yeah, very rustic looking. Be cool for a man too. Love it. All right, this one is definitely going to get put away while I consider what to do with that. I am very tempted though, just because of those washi tapes over there, to just start doing some junk journaling in it, because I really want to use these washi tapes in that manner. Anyway, all right, so we know that's out of the running for our inventory. So let's look at this last one. This is the Naturalist notebook. This one says a timeless covered, a navy vegan leather, includes 192 pages. So this one has the most pages. Again, 160 GSM, and this is on ivory paper with a torn deckled edge. Ooh. This again is an A6, A5. This is an A5. Let's see what this one looks like. Again, and all their socials, all of their socials. Oh, isn't that classy? That looks, oh my gosh, it's huge. Oh, it looks like, it's like a book. Now this feels very leathery. And it's got some sparkle. I don't know if that's sparkle that's come off of the foiling or from somewhere else, but there's some sparkle in it. Look at, and it's got a spine like a book. It's gorgeous. Now this is embossed into the leather. This is sort of heat. This isn't a sticker on it. This is actually in the leather, and this is on top of the leather. And look, it's got a deckled edge. It's got a rough hewn edge. Oof, I love that. Isn't that cool looking? Let's open it up. Oh, yes, that looks like Victorian wallpaper. This is very stately, like you would see this in a library. you know, back with Sherlock Holmes and a pipe. Book belongs to, and it's got the ivory. So where the first one was white and the second one was craft, this is ivory paper. Again, now this pen, I guess it could go with it. This is fancy, and I feel like this is too fancy for an inventory book. This is, again, and then this is bigger. I feel like the other one was a better size, really, because I like 5 on a page because I can count by 5 easier. So I can do the pages in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I have 10 pages, then I would have 50 books. So just the math works out when I can do 5 on a page better. This would leave a lot of space. And plus that torn, shorn edge is too cool. This book is fancy. And look, here's the, I don't know why I stumble over it, but they're little ribbon bookmarks. And look at the gold. It's got a little gold clip. Wow. It's got a lot of pages. Now this would be a good diary type journal, one that you write in. I wouldn't use this one to collage and stuff just because, I don't know, it feels so fancy with that torn edge. I would definitely think that this would be a fun book to actually write in. Your thoughts and dreams and stuff. It's funny how just with a few changes, a journal can have so many different feels to it. So see what I mean when you get 3 journals, and you'd actually find use for all 3. It's not like they're 3 of the same journal, just in different colors. They're completely different journals. This is gorgeous. Yeah, this makes me just, ooh, so fancy. All right, so I think we've picked our coloring one, right? So this one is definitely going to be put away until I find a different use for it. It is stunning, very stunning. And I want to keep that precious. So that's in the box. The other one's in the box. And the one we like is the first one we saw, which is this cute little one. Yes. With all that bling. It's just neat. Now, see, I wouldn't be drawn to this for coloring journal because of all that bling and stuff. It just doesn't feel like coloring to me. Whereas, you know, it feels fancier, but it's small. So it's more like an accounting book or something that you're keeping track of stuff, which is exactly what we're going to do. So in my next video, now that we've chosen this, we're going to start. We're going to first do our color by numbers and one other bit because the color by numbers aren't very many. We're going to put stickers in it, 5 stickers, which marks the 5 books. Then we'll write the 5 books in. Maybe we'll practice with a fancy pen, or maybe we'll just use acrylographs, which is usually what I use. And I usually do the same color for that grouping, like for all of the Kirby's and all of the mythographics would have all the same color, so I can easily see where that grouping stops. And then I change to a different color. Is this going to be fun? I think it's going to be fun. That was fun picking it out with you. So we use this Archer and Olive journal. If you are interested to get in their subscription, I'm not affiliated or anything with them, just absolutely love them. And it's the only subscription service I haven't canceled, just because I can't bring myself to do so. You have to budget like $25 a month for it, because, you know, it's $75 4 times a year. But wow, the quality of stuff you get is just phenomenal. So yeah, I'm not a representative of theirs, just a fan. You can go on archerandolive.com and you can sign up for their subscription box. I don't think you can purchase these singly. I don't know. But they have lesser subscriptions. This is the big one. But they also have some monthly theme stuff. They have, I think, stickers. They have different subscriptions that you can sign up for. But if you want the big box, that's what this one is, the quarterly one. All right, I'll see you in the next one where we're actually going to put all this together. Yay! Let's get started on organization. Bye-bye.